All right, welcome back to another trade recap. Today is March 19, 2026, and this is how we took Nasdaq longs for about 120 points for about $1,100. Should have been a little bit bigger or I said it's cut it early because I didn't like how the market was moving and we ended up top ticking, so it ended up playing out perfectly. The first execution was an accident. I don't even know how that happened, whatever. Either way, that's the P&L. So how do we get into this? Going on the 4-hour, I initially honestly thought that we were going to be bearish on a day because we were selling off on a 4-hour, and then we were also selling off on the 1-hour. We had a 1-hour CISD, we had a 4-hour CISD. But the biggest thing that made me bearish or bullish was that we just took out these lows right here. And then my sell side liquidity for the day, if we were going to be bearish, was going to be these lows. But the one thing with these lows is that we made a 4-hour SMT because on NQ, we did not take out these lows. But if you go on ES, we ended up taking out these exact same lows. If you go on the 4-hour. So after that, when we made a 4-hour SMT, I knew that there's a high chance of reversal, especially when we've been trending down for a while. Just like yesterday, we were trending up for a while, I think, and then we needed to go down. Either way, when you trend up or down for a while, you're going to need a retrace. And then obviously I saw on a 30-minute that there was really no session low that needs to get taken below. The only thing that was left was those sell side liquidity, which I guess was session low. So when I saw ES take that, I knew that there was a high chance that we reverse off of it. And another thing is we swept these lows and we filled in this hourly BPR. There's a bullish 1-hour, there's a bearish 1-hour. We wicked into it. We created this big wick and we proceeded to go up. So from there, I knew we would get a retrace. So I'm like, what's the first target that we could potentially go into after that retrace? And it was this 1-hour fair value gap right here, which obviously we didn't hit. And I ended up taking profits early, but that was my original take profit. So there's 1-hour bearish gap right here. So let me get rid of these sessions. So as soon as we created that S&T, we proceeded to go higher. Let's take off these executions too. As soon as we swept it, I wanted to see a retrace higher. And the first thing that told me that we're going to proceed higher was this 5-minute inverse. And then we also had a CISD on the 3-minute. Not on the 3-minute. I guess it was only on the 1-minute. CISD on the 1-minute, 5-minute inverse. And then we had hourly unfilled on top. So I entered here. Stops at the low because I thought honestly that would be the low of the day after we made that SMT. And it ended up being the low of the day so far. Probably going to dump later because I said that. But either way, 1 to 1.2 RR, not too bad. Could have not, actually, I couldn't have hold it because if I did hold it, it would have hit me on break even and then hit full TP. So honestly, can't complain at all with the trade.